I came to bury Caesar.
Cursed spite that ever I was born to set it.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
This is the excellent foppery of the world.
I think one of the most intelligent people in the canon is Sir John Falstaff. He's almost everything that Shakespeare wanted to be. Fearless, ironic, extraordinary wit. I think I'd like to play Sir John in an inflatable rubber suit. If not that, then one of his extraordinary followers, Nym. They're all in London now. They're all related to Don Logan in Sexy Beast. All his cut purses and rogues and thieves and con men. They're all in London now. They're a direct descendant of Bardolph, Nym and Pistol. They're all there. There are two roles that would be for me unapproachable and unplayable from my film work, were it not for my work with the Royal Shakespeare Company, my work on Shakespeare text. One was Sexy Beast, which is beautifully written. It does use alliteration. It uses repetitive and rhythmic speech. It is an extraordinary piece of writing, and neither Ray Winston, who in a sense is the Othello of the piece, and myself, who in a sense is the Iago of the piece, needed to alter a single syllable of that writing. And I would not have been able to approach Don Logan in Sexy Beast were it not for my understanding of Iago's envy, and also my appreciation of those patterns of human behavior and cause and effect. Shakespeare is an absolutely perfect example of a man who understands patterns of human behavior. Yes, he's a great writer. Yes, he's an extraordinary poet. He also has the insights of Freud and Jung, definitely Jung, in that he does understand, if you do that to that character at that point of the play, I can guarantee that he will kill somebody. I can guarantee that he will ask her to marry him. I can guarantee that she will follow him to the ends of the earth. So Gandhi, directed by Richard Attenborough, is a beautiful example of cause and effect. And I learnt 17 years, during my 17 years of classical theatre, a lot of which was Shakespeare, to respect, the actor must respect cause and effect. And you must look for the cause in order to play the effect. And the effect, Don Logan is the effect, but the cause for Don Logan is massive rejection on a colossal scale. An interrupted childhood, to say the least, for that poor guy. And for Gandhi, Shakespeare would say, well, if you throw that man off a train at that tender, brilliant age, then he will throw you out of his country when he's older, when he grows up. And I completely grasped the cause and effect, and it sustains me throughout many of the dislocated, disjointed, chaotic days on a film set. I love the film set with a passion, but I can love it because I was given an understanding in dramatic terms and in psychological terms of cause and effect. I have played Hamlet, and that was the most extraordinary experience. I was so welded to the text, and he was so welded to me. There were times at the other place, just here, literally, I'm in the ghost of a theatre, that I didn't know whether he was playing me or I was playing him. I didn't know whether I was inventing the text as I went along or whether this was rehearsed and written. It was a most sublime experience, and I hope not a selfish one. I hope it affected other members in the building too, because one can go on an enormous narcissistic rant with Shakespeare and exclude the audience and just go on a wonderful brain trip. One of the many boxes that one can unlock as an actor playing Shakespeare is that you can begin a play in the wings, feeling that this is utterly insurmountable and impossible. The next 2.5 hours will kill you, that's for sure. You will leave in an ambulance. You can't do it. And Hamlet, God bless him, thanks to Shakespeare, walks onto the stage and says, I can't do this. I can't do this. My first words as Hamlet were an echo of exactly how I was feeling when I walked on stage, with everyone staring at me saying, come on, Prince. Come on, Prince, we paid to see you set the world right. And he walks on stage and says, I can't do it. Halfway through the play, he says, I don't know whether I can carry on. Halfway through the play, he says, to be or not to be. I don't know whether I can carry on. Halfway through the play. It's extraordinary. And then at the end, he says, I have nothing more to say. The rest is silence. Absolutely extraordinary piece of writing. I would wish every single actor the chance to play him. It is the most exquisite piece of writing. It was such a complete experience for me. With its own tragedy, we lost a great director who was responsible for so much in this building, in this complex of buildings now, and bringing theatre to an audience in a visceral way that you could not exclude the audience under Buzz Goodbody's direction. It would drive her into a rage if she thought that you were hoarding the gold and not sharing it. He begins the play by saying, I am not the hero. I am not the hero. I can't do this. And he does. And Shakespeare did place great currency in male vulnerability. He understood it and cherished it. It very often in modern drama, particularly in film, is outlawed, which is a great shame. And whenever I get a chance to play a vulnerable male or to show male vulnerability on screen as an absolutely implicit part of that man's makeup, I will take that chance, and I will thank the governor, Shakespeare, for giving, for allowing the actor to find the way to male vulnerability. Because once you find the way to it, as to other aspects of your character, it becomes manageable. The character becomes manageable. And it is through this man's writing that I realized that, characters can become manageable, like mathematical theories, like equations, like cause and effect, like light and shade. You can get a perspective on them through Shakespeare's work. It has to be compulsory in schools. It has to be compulsory in schools. It is our greatest inheritance.